Hello, I'm from the Department of making sure you fit into a category, and I'm going to talk to you about our new policy, not letting you be whoever the fuck you want. As a society, we find it absolutely necessary to meet every single person we meet with a sex or a gender. And if you don't fit these categories, you can just fuck right off. Sex is seen as the biological difference between males and females, based on certain characteristics they are born with, such as genitalia or the Y chromosome. Gender, on the other hand, is much more fluid, as it's based on the stereotypes that society places on those biological sexes. And if you don't want to be associated with these stereotypes, you can go fuck you. Not everyone wants to be associated with these stereotypes, and that should be perfectly okay. But because we're a bunch of assholes, very inclusive people, we decide to give all these people a label as well, making it much easier for you to discriminate with our policy of not letting you be whoever the fuck you want. At the Department of making sure you fit into a category, we understand that you participate in your gender in your own way, either as being male or female, or upsetting these categories. However, instead of promoting acceptance and telling people to mind their own fucking business, we encourage society to be only relevant about your gender, meaning people will always judge your behaviour as male or female, even though it's no one else's fucking business. Which is telling young boys to stop acting like a girl, because being a girl is inferior. Having the category of tomboy, because it's okay for a girl to be a boy, but not for a boy to be a girl. Telling a boy that they fight like a girl when they're not physically stronger than the girl. And being labelled as gay just because you like different things than what you're meant to like. At the Department of making sure you fit into a category, we emphasise the notion that people breaking these stereotypes are gender rule breakers. So you can all participate in our policy of not letting you be whoever the fuck you want. I know some of you are probably wondering about my gender, as I am wearing a suit and a tie, yet presenting as a female. Well, to that I say, mind your own fucking business. Gender is just social meaning to the physical differences between the sexes. I understand you feel a compulsive need to label me with a certain gender, and most of you are probably labelling me as gay. But you can go fuck you when someone is announcing their gender. They're really just saying that they do not conform with the stereotypes assigned to males and females, like wearing pink or liking football. As a society, we spend far too much time being concerned with our gender and the gender of others, when it doesn't really matter if we associate with the gendered stereotypes or not. At the Department of making sure you fit into a category, we do not like conforming to stereotypes, as we know that ultimately, gender can be more harmful than beneficial. But we will encourage you to judge others with our policy of not letting you be whoever the fuck you want. We understand that if you don't fit into our very rigid categories, your mental health and sense of identity will probably decline, but we really don't care. As here at the Department of making you fit into a category, we are much more concerned with unnecessarily labelling people, making them feel like they don't belong, than your well-being and sense of self. Even though we could actually help people by just minding our own fucking business and letting you be whoever the fuck you want to be. Society realised that gender was just a term to represent the stereotypes that society created in the first place, and realised there is no need to label people and just let them be whoever the fuck they want. Society would be a much more inclusive and safe place, but that would mean the Department of making sure you fit into a category is out of business. So thank fuck you don't realise how harmful not minding your own business can be. People continue to pretend that we are helping people by making more categories, while really just promoting shit fuckery and making everything ultimately worse. The idea of gender started around the time of the Cold War. During the Second World War, Hitler decided to label the people he threw into concentration camps with different coloured triangles depending on their crimes. And different coloured triangles were used for male and female prisoners who had committed the same crime. After Hitler was killed, instead of letting this derogatory discrimination die with the dickbag who created it, the Department of making sure you fit into the category decided to capitalise it and targeted the social groups to make more ching-ching, which is why there were suddenly toys specifically designed for girls and boys, even though society was starting to be more accepting of women having the right to vote and taking on male jobs. But even though we adopted Hitler's idea of different categories for unworthy people, the Department of making you fit into a category and nothing like Hitler. And so we switched the colours associated with the genders, which is why blue is now a masculine colour and pink is now a feminine colour, even though before they represented the opposite sex. So to those who are discriminated against with our policy of not letting you be whoever the fuck you want, at least we are not as bad as Hitler.
Brought to you by the Department of not letting you be whoever the fuck you want. It's okay because we don't have concentration camps.